What is the good government look like? This question, people will think different way. Most of people, especially in developing country like in Thailand, people think about the good government is the government who will give you as much as they can. So they just expect that they will get, the government will give them more. What they want the most is money. We want money from the government. In Thailand, most of the people are poor. So what they expected, they just want more money to solve the poverty problem. That's the way we think. And then the government always do populism because it's easy to get more vote from people. So they try to give loan easily to farmer, give money for free to poor people. But giving money to people, is that good? Because there's nothing free in the world. When we get money from the government, that means the government use our right to borrow money from somewhere else, or even use our own tax to loan to us or give to us. And then if the government cannot pay off their debt, what will happen? So it can be the big collapsing of economics. It can be the big problem in the whole country later. What is a good government? This question, no villagers don't think much about this. They just think about what can they get from the government, because in their life they never get things much. They always been taken advantage all the time from everybody. So when you're poor, people will take advantage of you most of the time. And then when you look at the government, you think about what the government can help you. And then in the past, we haven't seen any government who really help the poor. They always use the poor as a tool to step up to the power. So what they did is by vote. And then the poor are still poor. So the good government is the government who control less, who support people what they need, what people need. But so far, we have government that come to influence our decision most of the time. They think for us, they make decisions for us, they do things for us, they plan everything for us. They manage our life. They don't think about what do we want, but they think what do they want. For example, like an education system, they design the education system to make people to be a good worker. So we can be a good worker in the in the business system. That's what they need. But do we need that? We need to be independent. We need to be happy. We need to have freedom. But the government never think about that much. So the good government is the government who let us think, let us do, let us design. The job of the government is to support us. What do we need? They don't need to make decisions for us. What do we need? They need to support us that. But so far we didn't see any government who do like that. They just take a lot from us. But they have very complicated tricks by taken advantage of by the government. They make us feel like it's our fate, our luck that we are poor. and then they just help us a little bit. They want us to feel obligated to what they help us. So we haven't seen the government help us really. Because if they really help us, they need to help us to have access to many chances to do what we want to do, not give money. When they give money, it's like you give fish to farmers. You did not give a hook or a net for farmer. So when they get fish, they eat, they finish it, and then they cannot catch fish by themselves. They need to rely on the government. So far, people did not think about the government in this way much. The government that support us to develop ourselves, to be independent by ourselves. So if the government do like this, it's good for people because we can grow, we can be proud of ourselves more. But the government feel like they cannot control us much. They did not take advantage from us much. So it's important to think about what is the good government look like. Because we have to be with the government even we don't like them. But how can we shape the direction that we want our government to be? Because if we don't think about what is a good government, we just think about what the government give us and we vote for them. So that means we support populism system. They control us more. Nothing will be developed in the way that benefit us. But if we think that the good government have to be the government who come to support us or to create a chance for us more, not come to think for us, make decision for us, plan for us, not do that. If we think in this way, we will understand that any government, any politician that they offer to give us more money, more benefit thing, that it come in the way like a giving fish to us, we will not vote for them. In developing country like Thailand, it's hard for poor people to think in this way. That's why the patronage system develops so fast and populism system grow up very fast in the whole country. And then we cannot solve any problem because when politicians invest money on election, when they become government, they need to make profit from what they invest. That's what happened all over in developing country now. I think in even developed country, they still have something like this, but it's more complicated. It's important to come back to think about the good governments more. Good government is the government who not control us much. They have to support us what we need. They cannot come and decide for us. They need to let people think, let people do, not make a big plan for villages that you need to grow rubber, you need to grow tapioca, you need to grow corn. They cannot tell us that. Each people have different need, different thinking, different skill. So each people have to do what they like to do, what they love, what they have skill on it. So they can develop it better and better, better and better. So this way, people will be themselves. They're proud of themselves. They have a lot of skill in what they love. So the job of government is just to come to support. How can they help these people to develop themselves more? But so far, we haven't seen any government who think in this way. We see only the government who run after the price of the market. If they said, oh, rubber very expensive now, they support all farmers to grow rubber. But they did not think about what do farmers have skill, what they like to do, what they like to grow. We did not think about that. So I think if we start to think in this way more, we can shape the direction of the politician more. But if we don't think, they will go to the direction of populism or corruption more and more and more. We cannot avoid the government even we don't like them, but we need to be with them. How can we be with them and make them listen to us? That's the most important thing. They will listen to us when we have confidence, when we're strong, when we're proud of ourselves, when we can depend on ourselves more. They will listen to us. But whenever we don't feel proud of themselves, we feel low self-esteem, we need to rely on them. We want them to help us. That is the bad side of it. They will control us in that way. So we need to come back to think about make ourselves depend on ourselves, be able to depend on ourselves more, and we can be strong, we can proud of ourselves. When we happy, when we proud of ourselves, the government will listen to us. Politicians will listen to us. They will do what we want. But today, we did not think about that much. I think we need to help to make the change for us by come back to ourselves more and think about self-reliant more so we can be proud of ourselves. That's the way of freedom.